Recording. Hi, Ashley. I'm Carly. What brings you to my office today?
This is really hard to talk about, but I'm really embarrassed because I can't tell my parents. I just found out I'm pregnant. I'm only 17 and I'm in high school, and I just I can't tell them. I can't even go home right now. I don't think I'm gonna go home.
Okay. Okay, Ashley, I can see that you're very worried and maybe even a little scared right now. That's some pretty big news that you received, and that can be very overwhelming, especially at a young age.
Yeah, it's so overwhelming. Um, it just my boyfriend, I guess he's not even my boyfriend anymore. He said that there's no way I could be pregnant, and he doesn't believe me, and he says he doesn't want to have a baby, and I don't really want to either. I just want to go to school and graduate and go to college. And I can't tell my parents. They're going to be so mad at me.
So I'm hearing now, not only are you dealing with the new news of the pregnancy, but you've also lost a significant relationship with who is most likely the father of the child, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And,
Right.
and you're scared to go home. How do you think your parents would respond if they found out?
I don't know. I think they would hate me. They would never want to speak to me again. I think instead of face them, I think I'd rather just not even I think I'd rather just I think I'd rather not even be alive than face them.
Okay, now Ashley, I can understand the fear and the worry feeling that you have right now about telling your parents. But I'm also hearing that you said that you would rather not be alive than to even go back home. Have you thought about killing yourself?
Well, I've had the thought that it would be easier than having to face my parents because I'm going to be so ashamed and they're going to be so mad at me. Um, I don't know how I would do it. I haven't thought about that.
Well, have do you have a good relationship with your parents outside of apart from this, on a normal day?
Usually, when I do everything they want me to do, they're great to me. But whenever they find out I get a bad grade or something, then my dad can get pretty mad at me.
Yeah.
Um,
How does his anger look sometimes?
well, he yells a lot. He can get very scary. Um, he's threatened to to punish me with a belt before, but he never has.
Okay. Okay. Well, Ashley, we definitely, that is again, a very scary situation, and I don't want to put you in that. I do want to let you know, though, that I am here to help, and together we are going to come up with some alternatives. Do you have any other family that you could go to for support?
Well, my mom's sister lives only an hour away,
Mm-hmm.
and she's been really kind to me before.
Yeah.
But if I told her, I know she would tell my parents.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just really scared to tell them.
Right. Well, Ashley, I do believe that you need to separate yourself from this abusive situation at home, potentially abusive. That you have every right to be scared of that. But I do want to put you in the care of another family member who can show you support and help you through this. Now, if you were with your aunt, do you believe that you would be safe there?
Yeah, my aunt, she wouldn't be mad at me like my dad would be.
Okay,
My dad would scare me if I was at his house.
right. Would you feel comfortable calling your aunt and having her to come, asking her to come pick you up?
I guess so. I would feel safer having a family member to help me.
Yeah, that's good. Well, I think that that's definitely one step that we want to take. And then you can discuss with your aunt options about the pregnancy and what you may want to do and go from there. Having that support system from your family will definitely help in that kind of a decision making. Now, of course, I will be here. You're more than welcome to give me a call in the office here at school if you need further assistance. We can also get you in touch with a counselor closer to where your aunt lives. So you could even go and see them in person, and you could bring your aunt with you. Okay. Now, there's one other thing that I would like to bring up. We talked about it briefly before. You said that you would rather not be alive than to face your parents. You also mentioned, though, you felt that it would be easier, but you hadn't really thought about how you might would take your own life. Do you feel like you would take your own life? I need to know that you are safe.
I guess I guess no, I don't think I would. I just think I felt like I didn't have any options and I was just really scared.
Right. Well, do you feel like you have options now?
Yeah, calling my aunt is a good option. I still don't know what to do about the pregnancy, but at least if I had someone to help me through it, especially if I don't have to go home and face my dad, that would be good.
Right. You also need to share with your aunt what's going on at home and why you don't feel like you can go home, okay? You need to let her know why you called her and that you feel safer with her. And again, after you talk with her, please call me back and I would like to know where you are and how you're doing after having told your aunt what we've discussed today and if she has called your parents yet or not. I want to make sure that you are still okay. And finally, the last thing that I want us to do together is to make a contract. I'm going to write up a contract and I want you to sign it. And it's basically saying that you promise not to hurt yourself or anyone else. Because you did talk about how you would rather not live rather than face your parents. I would like to have it in writing that you do promise not to harm yourself or anyone else. Could you do that for me?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Ashley, is there anything else that you would like to talk to me about?
No, not right now.
Okay. All right, well, why don't we call your aunt and have her to come pick you up from school? You're more than welcome to stay in the office until she gets here, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right. Now, Ashley, can you tell me what we have decided we are going to do before we call your aunt?
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm gonna sign a contract that says I'm not gonna hurt myself because I was saying I was going to, but I won't, and I'll sign it. And I guess I guess I'm gonna talk to my aunt about how my dad really scares me and yells at me and yells in my face. And I'm also going to I'm going to tell her about the pregnancy. And I was hoping that when she comes that you could help me tell her.
Of course, I can definitely do that, Ashley.
Okay, then that's what we're going to do.
All right. Okay, so we're going to call your aunt, and when she comes to get you, we'll sit down together and let her know about the pregnancy. And when you make it back home with your aunt, I want you to call me back and let me know how things are, okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much, Ashley. Let's call your aunt.
Okay, bye.
Bye.